Hi, welcome to Solar Insider USA. My name is Jerry. This is my first of probably 10, 15 videos that I'm going to make to discuss solar, answer questions about solar, and to help people who are interested in getting solar kind of understand what they should be looking for. The first question I'm going to ask is, what are you looking for? Why are you getting solar? There's about 4 or 5 main reasons why people get solar. The first and foremost is to save money. And solar can do that, but there are some things about solar, getting solar, that you need to understand going into purchasing solar. And the things I'm going to talk about are things that most sales representatives from solar companies or who are providing leads to solar companies are not going to tell you, are things you need to know. If you don't know them or don't know what to ask, then you are going to end up as a dissatisfied customer. Another reason people go solar is to be green. They want to help the environment. Very noble. I am a big proponent of solar. So if that's your reason, awesome. That's fantastic. Some people do it for a combination of both. Hey, I can get some savings, but I can also help the environment. Good. The other reason is maybe they want to have solar power when the grid goes down. And here's a little secret. I'll talk about this more in depth in another video where I discuss solar and batteries. What most solar representatives don't tell you is that when the grid goes down, solar does not work. Period. Unless you do a couple things. One of them, which is to buy a battery. And I will discuss that later on, the good and the bad, the ugly about buying batteries. 2 years ago, I wasn't a very big proponent of batteries. Prices are starting to drop. And so I'm more and more in love with the idea of bundling your solar with a battery system, but you have to be careful. There are some things you need to understand. The other way is through some type of an external generator system, and those can be a lot less expensive, but there are some dynamics that you would need to involve, and I can discuss those in a later video. The other one that some people say is they're fed up with their utility and they don't want to deal with them anymore. That's good. I don't like most utilities. The reality is that you're always going to be hooked to the grid generally, unless you get a complete off the grid system. And I will discuss that in a different video. So first and foremost, if any of you have ever mentioned solar or interest in solar or looked at ads, you've probably seen ads pop up in your timeline. You know, if you say solar in front of Alexa or Cortana or whatever AI you have in your house, and the next morning or next day you're cruising the internet, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and all of a sudden there's an ad for solar. It's kind of creepy, isn't it? And to be honest, it's like I'm a firm believer that that's how Skynet started. And if you don't understand that reference, you need to watch the Terminator movies. So anyway, I'm going to run. Here's a couple ads that you will see on Facebook, on YouTube. Other social media sites will have ads that are similar. Ads like this make me cringe. So here's a couple ads that you can see and hear real quickly. I'm going to keep the audio up and blur out the faces because I'm not sure about copyright issues. But listen to these ads and then we'll discuss them in just a second.
Hey homeowners, if you have a power meter that looks just like this, you can get paid to go solar at no cost to you. It's zero money out of pocket to go solar and get those new panels installed.
The SolarEstimate.org solar calculator is the only calculator that uses your roof measurements, local electric rates, and what other homeowners actually pay to generate an accurate cost and savings estimate that's customized for your home.
No control over your expensive electric bill while rates continue to go up? Well, it's true. Utah homeowners can now get solar panels and backup battery systems installed on their homes with literally no upfront cost at all and start saving money right away.
These ads make me cringe because, while technically most of what they're saying is accurate, there's little nuances and little things that they're saying as sales reps. They're trying to hook you into it by painting this really happy-go-lucky picture. Hey, I can get solar for free. Someone's going to pay me. The government's going to pay me to go solar. Someone's going to pay me to go solar. I never have to have a solar bill. All these things are BS. They're bull. They're trying to get you to buy a product, and they're going to hype the good and they're not going to discuss the bad, which is stuff like the fact that you're always going to have a bill from your utility. It doesn't matter how much your system produces, you're always going to have a bill. Worst case, you're going to have a $9, $8, $9, $10 connection fee every month. The way solar works is a solar company will look at your yearly usage, and then they will design a system to give you a offset over the course of a year, which means that some months you will have a bill, some months you won't. Some months you will overproduce, some months you will underproduce. That's just the way solar works. They're not going to design a system that covers your highest month of bills, because you would be paying a lot of money for a system that you do not need. Second thing is understand net metering. You have to understand net metering. Net metering, and I will go into that in more detail, net metering is how the utility compensates you, if they compensate you for any excess energy that you have sent to the grid. The other thing is, like one of these ads here, it talks about we're the only company that uses imagery to size your system. Okay, cool. Most companies do something like that. The reality is that unless you get somebody up on your roof, that those satellite images can be inaccurate. They don't always show obstructions, things that can affect your production. The last thing to know about getting solar is, what's the condition? Oh, there's a couple things. What's the condition of my roof? If I need to have a roof replaced in a couple years, do I want to try to get it replaced with the solar company? Some solar companies will offer this as a bundle. You're going to pay a lot more money to get that roof replaced than you would if you did it yourself. Period. End of story. I will do another video on that as well. I'm just kind of giving you some highlights, some things to think about. And the last thing is, what's the direction of your roof, and what is it surrounding your roof? Do you have trees? Do you have neighbors that have trees? Do you have a south-facing section? Do you have a north-facing section that's free of obstructions? Because that's the worst section to have. And the last thing I forgot to mention is the evil HOAs. If you live in an HOA, you need to know what those HOA restrictions are. I'm going to do another video on HOAs, but those are the things. So really, the things you want to understand is, number one, how much energy do you consume a year? You can use that. You can do that, or find that out by looking at your bills. Where does my roof face? What are my best sections of roof that I can put solar on, and how good is my roof condition? Do I have an HOA, and do I have any obstructions on my roof or surrounding my house that might limit or impede my solar? And then the final thing is, like I was talking about, what's my bill? How much do I want to offset? How much do I want to pay for solar? And again, I'm going to come up with another video right after this that kind of discusses that. So again, welcome to Solar USA, Solar Insider USA. Welcome to Solar Insider USA. Please hit the like button. I'm sure it's over here somewhere. Subscribe. If you have any comments, feedback, things that you would recommend, suggestions, ideas, if you have any questions about solar, put them in the comments and I will respond. I look forward to this journey. Thank you very much.